Hello and welcome back to Tsukihime. My name is Mimi Dennis, and last time we were once again in the shoes of Shiki Tohno as he just kind of goes to school, meets with his senpai CL, as well as his two classmates whose names I've forgotten. There was a brunette with twin tails, pigtails, I'm not sure what they're called exactly, and his delinquent friend who's, shit-talking him, but they're having a good time. And we just kind of go through. We find out about a serial killer who's been killing these young women, including someone who was probably one of his teachers. And we're also kind of dreading going back home, so we decide to make a detour after school to the tea ceremony club where CL Senpai is, and we just kind of talk with her before finally making our way home, where we remember a whole bunch of bad memories with our father, and hopefully, I guess, meet our younger sister once again. I decided to start the episode here because I haven't seen the title screen other than that one time in episode 1. And yeah, it looks very pretty. We also have a gallery. I'm sure there isn't much so far. Oh wow, actually, that's pretty sizable for only playing for a tiny bit. We got the sound effect. Oh, we have the music player as well, and the flowchart. So we're gonna have a long list of stuff by the end of this. But yeah, I'm gonna head in and continue off where I left off. So let's head into it. Okay, I make my way along a gently sloped path deeper into the grounds. Right now we're basically at home. We got through the front gate. We got through the front gate, and we're just heading towards the mansion where I guess we'll meet with Akiha, our little sister. The walkway, surrounded by tall trees, feels almost like a tunnel. It stretches 40 meters east. Oh my god, something's wrong with me today. Sorry, I might have some reading problems. Then turns at a 90-degree angle to the north. Memories flood back with each step I take. I know this path. I've walked it many times. Just a little further. I reach the corner, my feet guide me towards the north, and the rest of my body following closely behind. Then, on the left. So I don't remember what this manor looks like. Let's see. Wow, that is really, really prim and proper. Dang, that's old money right there. Oh, that's nothing like the Kuonji mansion. I mean, it's still pretty big-ass mansion, but like, here it's all like, you actually have someone taking care of everything, unlike, just Sojiro. The Tohno mansion, its great white walls standing at attention. A sigh escapes my lips in the combination of wonder and resignation. The mansion looks just like it did back then. According to my father, the building has been the same since my grandfather inherited it from his grandfather, though it was repaired once after the war. For the past few centuries, it had been a seat of power passed from one generation on to the next. This is a holy ground for Makihisa, so I kept forgetting this guy's name, Makihisa. I got it confused with Arihiko, which is his friend. I'm bad at remembering Japanese names. Yeah. No, for all those related to the Tohnos. I remember seeing different adults vying for a piece of it, currying favor with the old man while staying at the mansion for the yearly family meeting. They were all extremely successful business people with their own fancy homes, but for whatever reason, they were obsessed with the Tohno manor. Getting to live there must have been a point of pride for them. They were all jealous of Tohno. I mean, like he says, it all sounds ridiculous. It's just a big fancy house to me. But damn, is it a big fancy house. I've never been comfortable with being privileged. There's no going back now. A small doorbell is placed next to the comparatively huge double doors. I shake off my nerves and ring the bell. There is no familiar ding-dong. A heavy silence continues for a few seconds. The sound of hurried footsteps comes from the other side of the doors. I do want to say one thing. Yes, we're being welcomed back. So, I remember when I was playing through Witch on the Holy Night at first, and even Chaos Head, I was like, man, the beginning is really slow, and like, I hope it picks up a little bit faster. Maybe it's the experience I've garnered throughout like the past year playing these games that like, I'm kind of digging the pace of this. I don't really have a problem so far, even though we really haven't really gotten into the meat of things. Maybe it's because on the first episode I had time to fangasm about a certain character. And the second one, I don't know, it's just stuff happened. At the end, it was just kind of a day at school, so not a lot of plot stuff happened, but it was still pretty interesting to me. So it's kind of interesting prospect that now I can view this a little bit differently. Okay, the doors swing open with a surprising ease for their size. Oh god, so bright. Oh god, it's so luxurious. Look at this. It's definitely, oh my god, so much rich old money. I narrow my eyes at the waning afternoon light streaming through the windows. I had meant to prepare myself for the sight, but my breath catches as I look over the gigantic lobby. What an astonishing, beautiful architecture. It feels like I've traveled to a different country in a different time. The look of the mansion is so old-fashioned. Even the very air itself seems foreign. So, like, from the Nasuverse works that I have experienced, that being Fate Stay Night, well, not the visual novel, but like, you know, the anime, Tsukihime now, and Witch on the Holy Night, all the protagonists seem to live in, like, houses that are way too big for their own good. Like, no matter how, like, actually well off they are, they all live in these gigantic places that could probably suit, like 5-6 families with no problem. Even so, the lobby still feels familiar. We got maid number 1! Yes, there are more than one maid. I find myself frozen as the girl who answers the door stands before me, dressed in traditional attire. Let's take a good look at her. Alright, she seems pretty cheery, has a ribbon on the back of her head. I feel like man, I don't know if I have the ability to do this, but like, if she just like had blonde hair and like green eyes, bam, that's Saber right there. The girl wearing an apron over her kimono smiles brightly.
Yeah.
I find myself speechless at this unexpected welcome. I was expecting the stony-faced man who serves as my father's assistant and butler to be the one to greet me. Yeah, that said, I was expecting the stony-faced man who is my father. I'm like, wait, isn't he dead? Oh man, that would have been creepy, but you know, ghosts aren't the most extreme things in Nasuverse works. The girl tilts her head, likely wondering at the reason for my hesitance.
Shiki-sama ですよね。
はい。Yeah.
様っていうのは、余計だけど。
ですよね。
Knew it.
もう脅かさないでください。私また間違えてしまったのかと怖くなってしまったじゃないですか。
The girl wags her finger like a mother admonishing her child. She seems genuinely upset with me for having worried her. Yet even so, her smile never fades, nor does the warmth emanating from her. An apron draped over her kimono, coming to greet me and calling me master. That must mean...
すみません。もしかして、ここのお手伝いさんですか?
Is it not obvious that she's a maid? The girl answers my question with a smile.
さあ、お疲れでしょ?
No answer, because it's goddamn obvious.
遠慮せずに上がってくださいな。明葉様がお手すきになるまで、今でおくつろぎください。
Mistress Akiha. The girl motions for me to follow her and begins walking. We move towards the hallway on the east side of the lobby, next to the giant staircase. I seem to remember that the parlor is just inside the hallway. I follow her, call out and ask her name, get the urge to explore the mansion. I do kind of want to explore the mansion, but I think I'm going to ask her for her name because I know that, well, slight spoilers, there's supposed to be 2 maids and they're supposed to be twins, and I have no idea which one is which. I decide to call out to her and ask her name. I can't just be calling her Miss Housekeeper the whole time.
すみません。名前を聞いていいですか? 来たばかりで、今のうちの事情がよくつかめなくて。
I call out to her. The kimono-clad girl looks at me surprised.
琥珀と申します。このお屋敷で遠野家のご当主様に仕えさせていただいております。
Kohaku. Okay. I remember the name of the other one as well. So she is Mistress Akiha's personal attendant. The girl, Kohaku, gives a slight bow and a smile. It's a lovely kind of gesture, somehow evocative of a bud blooming into a flower. Well, that's another very important character. Are we gonna meet Akiha right now? Right now? The girl leads me to the parlor. The parlor looks so much fancier compared to what I remember. It's like seeing it for the first time. Either I'm just too used to how things were with the Aoyama family, or if they've made this room even more extravagant since the last I was here. Regardless, this place feels like someone else's home. I look around the parlor restlessly.
借りてきた猫ちゃんみたいですね。
I don't know if I belong here. I didn't really want to come back. Maybe I should go.
お気持ちはわかりますが、どうぞ楽にしてくださいまし。ここは四季様の家なんですから。
そうですよね。
Yeah, I'll try. And then I just like do like a 360 turn jump into the sofa and take a nap. And then Akiha's gonna walk through the door and be like, "Who's this bum?" Flustered, I lower myself onto the sofa. It's pathetic how overwhelmed I've become from simply returning home. Actually, I want to take a look at this room. Damn, everything looks so expensive. The kimono-clad girl makes her way over to a cart in the corner of the room and pours a cup of tea from it. She places the cup on a tray and carries it over to me.
どうぞ、ソチャですが。
ありがとうございます。
I can't help but feel a sense of embarrassment, being waited on with such a warm smile. I think that's just who I am, rather than something that comes from living with a more modest family.
アキハ様に声をおかけしてきますので、しばらくお待ちください。
Oh, look at her, she got a little blush.
そうですね。おそらく10分ほどかかりますから、それまでお屋敷の中を見て回るのもよろしいかと。
Okay, we got 10 minutes.
いいんですか？勝手に歩き回って。
何をおっしゃいますやら。ここは四季様のお家です。勝手も何もございません。
I'm gonna laugh and they're gonna be like, okay, but you must never go into this one room. Why? I am not going to tell you that one room is forbidden to everyone except for Akiha. She's gonna say something like that, I swear.
いえ、でも2階はちょっと行けませんね。アキハ様がいらっしゃいますから。
Okay, no, not quite.
1階でしたらお好きにご観覧ください。四季様にとっては7年ぶりのお屋敷ですもの。
Yeah, about that, no.
進んでいますでしょ?
No. She smiles mischievously. Please excuse me. Kohaku gives a slight bow and leaves the room. Okay. Well, what do you do? What are you gonna do, Shiki? Are we gonna have choices? My muttering echoes sadly through the extravagant parlor. Do I stay here sitting nervously? Choices, or do I take a look around the mansion? I think we got choices. I think I'll stretch my legs. Let's take a walk around and see. 10 minutes. 10 minutes, huh? Maybe I'll take a look around if I have that much time. I should have time to look around the east wing at the very least.
ここにいても緊張するだけだしな。
Honestly, seeing someone after so long, I think I'd also kind of get jittery. I rise up from the couch. I think I remember the rec room had a billiards table and a dartboard in the west wing. Ooh, that seems like a pretty cool thing to have. Okay, that's a guy. I don't remember anything, man. A voice calls out the moment I step into the lobby. I turn to the giant staircase to find... What the heck? A strange man dressed head to toe in black. Well, if he's got burn marks, it kind of makes sense that you would dress up like that. I do not know who this is.
Konnichiwa, Shiki-kun. Tohno te ni youkoso.
Is this the butler guy that they were talking? Oh god!
というのは間違いか。君の場合、お帰りというのが正しかった。
Is this the butler guy they were talking about? Come to think of it, we don't know how his father died. What if it was immolation? The man, who, based on his voice, I assume is in his 30s, descends the stairs calmly. There's not a trace of color on him. His entire body is wrapped in black bandages. He looks like he stepped straight out of a mystery novel. It's almost like this is a mystery game!
あなたは？
覚えていないのか？
Butler.
ああ、そうか。私だよ。佐伯ゴートだ。
Saiki Goto. I'll have to remember that.
君が子供の頃に何度か顔を合わせたことはあったが、このなりではね、覚えていても一致はしないだろう。
It's got a really smooth, buttery voice. Saiki? Was there a branch family with that name? More importantly, this man.
構わんよ。ヒーの視線には慣れている。
This man has a really interesting tie.
私は事故で顔を焼いてしまってね。ずいぶん前からこうでもしないと出歩けない体になっている。
Oh, he got burned. I have an idea of maybe how that happened, but I'm not gonna say anything.
アキハにも煙たがられているが、こればかりは仕方のないことだ。彼女にも責任の一端はあることだしね。
Okay, I was actually thinking that just exactly that. It's like, oh, Akiha might have something to do with it. Goto Saiki gives a self-deprecating laugh as he lifts his left hand up to shade his eyes. The glare from the sunlight must be too bright for him.
しかしまあ、よくも帰ってこられたものだ。
Dude, I didn't want to. He literally ordered me here.
君のことだよ、四季君。牧久の言いつけを破って屋敷を抜け出した結果、くだらない事故に巻き込まれて脱落した。
Wow. Thanks for the warm welcome back home.
脱落。そう、脱落だ。君はご両親からの投資を投げ捨て、自らの義務を放棄した脱落者だ。にもかかわらず、こうして屋敷に戻り、アキハの兄として振る舞おうとしている。
Yeah, I think after seeing my sister, I think I'm just gonna go to my home, like my actual home, because clearly I'm not welcome here anymore.
そんな自分が恥ずかしいと思わないのかね。
I resist the urge to confront him. The contempt in Goto's eyes is obvious, but there's no reason to escalate things further. Besides, he isn't wrong.
おや、反論はないのかな。
ないですよ。義務を放棄したのは事実ですから。でも脱落者とか投資とか家族の話にそんな言葉を使うあなたこそ恥ずかしいとは思わないんですか。
家族の話だからこそ的確な言葉を選んだんだがね。養育は一族の将来への投資だ。市井の人間はともかく選ばれた血筋尊い家系において個人の自由は存在しない。
There is no such thing as freedom for those of noble blood. Whew, man. Yeah, I know basically Akiha became the head of the household now, and she's like saddled with so much responsibility that she doesn't really have a choice to live her own life. She's kind of stuck being the head of the house.
いや、自意識と言ってもいいな。それらは成人した後、一族を背負えるようになって初めて獲得できる権利のはずだ。君は遠野の子でありながらそれを理解していなかった。アキハとは似ても似つかぬ三流だ。まあ一度地に落ちていながら帰ってくる高顔さだけは一流と言えなくもないよね。
Yeah, I want to leave. Do I have to live here? Huh.
そう睨むな四季君。今のはただの客観論だよ。私個人の評価じゃない。
I don't know, I feel like it's sounding pretty
誤解さ
personal.
せてしまったようだが、私は君の帰還に反対はしていない。どちらかというと賛成派だし、そもそも遠野家現当主の決定でもある。
If you're an outsider, you should be outside. I'll show you the
そういう
door.
ことでもないだろう。
An outsider? He isn't part of the branch family?
佐伯家は祖父の代から遠野家とは対等の付き合いをしている。現代風に言うとビジネスパートナーというやつだ。
Oh, okay. So he's not below Akiha, they're technically equals.
今日は商談に来ただけでね。長引いてしまったが、色良い返事をもらえて上機嫌で帰るところだったのさ。ああ、この陰気な姿でせっかくの帰郷に水を差すのも忍びない。今日は この辺りで失礼するよ。
Be my guest, the door is right there. Please go. So that's why Akiha is probably going to take 10 minutes to deal with this guy. The bandaged man, Goto Saiki, passes by me and walks towards the entrance, all the while his lips curled into a sarcastic smile. I bite my lip thinking of the word Saiki used. Failure. He's right. The words describe my place the word describes my place in this house perfectly. Regardless, I should head back to the parlor and calm down. I'll walk around later. I don't want to ruin my first meeting with Akiha in 7 years by feeling like this. I do remember that I remember when I was reading the manga and other Type Moon works that I actually really liked Akiha's design. The girl returns exactly 10 minutes later. Ooh, punctual.
四季様、何かお気に障ることでもありました？
Yeah, I wandered around and I didn't have a good time. I don't want to stay here. She must be able to tell that Goto Saiki's words have affected me.
いえ、なんでもないんです。ちょっと気をされているだけで。お茶、ありがとうございました。美味しかったです。
お上手ですね。こちらこそ、お褒めいただきありがとうございます。
She smiles bashfully, brightening the room.
と、それより本題ですね。お待たせいたしました。秋葉様のご用事がお済みになりましたので、執務室においでください。
Oh, we're meeting her in the office. I mean, that kind of makes sense. I thought we were going to meet here, but yeah. Is office going to be the area that has that lamp that was kind of pixely last time? We ascend the large staircase in the lobby to the second floor. Akiha's office, the heart of the Tohno family. I was never allowed to enter Makihisa's office when I was a child. A room occupied by each generation's family head. And that room now belongs to my sister. How grandiose is it going to be? Oh, it's that lamp! I see that lamp! Yeah, it is kind of what I expected, to be honest. In stark contrast to the bright white of the parlor, the office is colored a dark red. I freaking hate red. It reminds me of blood, a lot of blood. Luxurious curtains line the windows. A deep crimson carpet, immaculately kept, is placed on the floor. The refined air to the room is thick with a sense of history. This is where Makihisa Tohno once presides as the head of the family, and now is where Akiha will carry that burden forward.
四季様をお連れしました。
Okay, let's take a look at the room before we see the girl.
ご苦労様。仕事に戻っていいわよ、琥珀。はい。それでは失礼いたしますね。
Alright, Kohaku gives me a slight bow before exiting the room. Oh, and there's the other one. The other maid. The only people left in the room are myself and two girls I don't recognize. Aw, look at her.
お久しぶりですね、兄さん。
The dark-haired girl casts a dignified gaze at me as she speaks. Look at her! Look at her! My head is blank. The gears in my brain have stopped turning. All I manage to do is nod and agree. Yeah, long time no see. I'm pathetic, though I suppose it may be understandable. She looks so different from how I remember her.
兄さん、何かこの部屋に不審な点でも？
Yeah, but I think we'll talk about it later. You know, that one guy who's kind of a prick. The black-haired girl narrows her eyes as if she were measuring up a stranger.
いや。
Nothing coherent escapes my lips as my mind struggles to catch up. I'm still trying to figure out if she's really my sister or not, even though she's clearly already accepted who I am.
話には聞いていましたが、本当に体調が不安定なんですね。時間は無駄にしますが、私からの話の前にお休みになられますか？
I was about to take that 10-minute nap in the parlor, I'm just saying. She frowns. Her words seem to have more bite to them than I expected.
いや、体調はそう悪くない。秋葉があんまりにも変わってたんで、びっくりしたというか。
7年も経てば変わります。ただでさえ私たちは成長期だったんですから。それともいつまでも以前のままだと思っていたんですか、兄さんは。
Aw, look at this. Okay. For a second, I thought that her right hand was like in a pocket in her dress, but that didn't really make sense because her hair is the same color as her like the lower half. So I thought that was just one thing instead of her hair.
いや、それは。
I stammer, crushed under the weight of her quiet ferocity. I feel bad after all this time. It hadn't even occurred to me to think about how Akiha may have changed. I had only thought of her as the little girl who used to follow me around. The last 7 years haven't only been hard on me. I'm an idiot for it to only sink in now that she's right here in front of me.
面目ない。正直考えが足りなかった。でも、それにしたってアキハは変わったよ。昔より格段に美人になった。
Clearer words finally filter their way out.
ありがとうございます。兄さんは以前とあまり変わってはいませんね。
You haven't changed at all. Akiha speaks coldly, her eyes closed. Well, I'd expected something like this. She must resent me for leaving the family. Yeah, she has her lips pursed. A silence falls over us as we take a second to study one another. I was unable to say anything worthwhile to a sister I hadn't seen in 7 years. Akiha stares at me with a guarded expression, inspecting me as if I were some intruder, though to her, I very well may be.
まあいいでしょう。体調が良いのなら話を済ませましょう。今回の移転について、詳しい事情は聞いていますか？
I know nothing.
いや、詳しい事情は何も。いいから屋敷に帰ってこいって話だけだ。
From the newspaper,
親
not
父が
even
亡く
from
なったこと
family?
は新聞で知ったけど。
It's not at all surprising that the death of someone presiding over a massive conglomerate would make the business section of most papers. We live in a world where a son disowned by his family learns of his own father's death on the internet. The news reached me after his funeral had already happened, like I was a complete stranger.
申し訳ありません。お父様のことを兄さんに知らせなかったのはこちらの失策でした。
Yeah, this feels really weird. For the amount of neglect that they've given Shiki, there's no reason for them to want him to come home. Akira lowers her head quietly. Her hair is beautiful, but that's not important right now. My wording was the problem here.
そこは気にしなくていいんじゃないかな。俺が言ったって死人が生き返るわけでもないんだ。逆に親戚筋に合わなくて助かった。
I can't imagine that they would be kind to me.
そうですか。そう言っていただけると私も少しは気が楽になります。
Man, this family's freaking broken. I'm lucky to have such an understanding sister. A funeral is an occasion that offers closure to those unable to accept the passing of a loved one. My relationship with my father ended a long time ago. I have no obligation or desire to attend something like that for Makihisa. I haven't once thought about how I'd say goodbye to him.
でも、そうなると誰が俺を呼び戻したんだ？
I thought it was Makihisa in his like will or something.
親父の遺言ってわけでもないんだろ。
Okay.
兄さんをこちらに呼び戻したのは私の決定です。
She's like, I want my own Nissan back.
いつまでも遠野の長男が有馬の家に預けられているのはおかしいでしょ。どんな欠陥があろうと、あなたは
Damn.
遠野の人間なのですから。
Call this defect also. Damn. Cold. I accept the word defect without a second thought. My father used it often. It doesn't bother me anymore, and if anything, she's right.
お父様、遠野牧久が亡くなった以上、遠野の血筋は私と兄さんだけです。血は守られなければいけません。お父様がどのような考えで兄さんを有馬の家に預けたかは知りませんが、そのお父様もすでに他界なさった身。理由が定かではない以上、当の指揮をこちらで監督するのは家族として当然のことでしょ。
Yeah, she was just essentially claiming back the family now that the reason for it to be separated is gone. That's interesting. Akiha's words are quiet but firm, as if she were shutting down any possible objections I could have had before I even raised them.
監督するか。じゃあもし遠野の家に帰ることを拒否してたらどうなっていたんだ？
Well, do you know about the word kidnapping? That would
そ
have
んな自
happened.
由はあなたにはありません。有馬の人間にも本家からの決定を拒む権利はありません。
So is the Arima family like a branch family? Because I still don't understand the relationship between the Arima family and the Tohno family.
私も兄さんも遠野家に育てられたものです。少なくとも成人し社会的に自立するまではあなたは遠野家に隷属する義務があります。
I don't like this man. Makihisa used to say the same thing. Parents are responsible for raising their children and preparing them for society. Just like any good business, a family can't be sending defective products to the market. It would only serve them it would only serve to harm their good name and degrade society as a whole. An individual unwilling to remove such a product has no right to be a parent, and a child unable to bear the responsibilities given onto them has no place in the family. Oh man, yeah, the noble bloodline people that care so much about it really don't have any freedom. Makihisa Tohno spoke of this many times to Akiha and I, almost like it was more for him than us.
親父の口癖だったな。じゃあ俺を呼び戻した理由は単に。
She cuts me off without any consideration for her poor brother disowned by his narrow-minded father.
どのような経緯であれ、あなたが遠野家の長男だからです。それ以外に理由があるとでも。
Just another day of cleaning up loose ends for the head of the Tohno family.
理解していただけて何よりです。言うまでもありませんが、私の発言は遠野家当主のものとして受け取ってください。
My word is final.
私の兄ですが、この家における上下関係はまた別のものです。
Yeah, I'll concede that.
兄さん、私はあなたを兄として尊重しますが、同時に
Wow.
この家を預かる者としてあなたを遠野家の財産として扱います。
Oh man, it's like you know, in like a lot of those animes, mangas, or just pieces of fiction that involve a noble family, notably like an asshole father and a daughter. It's like the daughter's only purpose is usually to be married off to improve relationships with another family, and now she's doing that to Shiki. Oh man, it's like, I will treat you as an asset.
7年前のことは忘れて、私たちは当主とその家人であることを肝に銘じてくださいますよ。
No wonder why Shiki hates it here. Akiha speaks without emotion. This is a command from the head of the house rather than my sibling. It carries an air of cold detachment. But no.
それはそれでわかりやすい。
Damn, he's like, yeah, sure.
はっきり言ってくれた方が俺もすっきりする。
This is a natural way of things. There's no reason for me to be offended.
私の言葉を理解していますか？
She's like, I didn't expect him to like give in so easily. What the heck?
私は兄さんより上の立場で、それを承諾しろと一方的に宣言したつもりですけど。
That's fine.
わかってるし、文句はないよ。だって、どう考えてもこの扱いになるだろう、今の俺は。むしろ、7年間好き放題に生きてきた俺に、妹としてきちんと礼を取ってくれる明葉に感謝してる。
I swear, she's kind of cold right now, but I think she gets better.
けど、明葉の考えは別にして、親戚の連中がよく納得したな。俺を有馬の家に預けろって言い出したの、確か親戚の人たちじゃなかったっけ？
そうですね。ですが、今の当主は私です。
I am the family
親戚の方た
now.
ちの進言は全て却下しました。
Screw them. I am the head of the household. Look at her. She gives no shit.
この件に関して意見を挟むということは、私に、ひいては遠野に逆らうことだと明言しましたから。
God damn, she's a tyrant in this family. I'm stunned. Even Makihisa wasn't able to ignore our relatives, but Akiha was able to persuade them? No, if anything, she probably argued them into submission. Oh, I didn't even notice Makihisa and Akiha. The name is actually kind of similar. If you just remove some of the letters, it just turns into Akiha, like from Makihisa to Akiha. I see. I mean, you can technically spell Shiki with the letters there, but it wouldn't be the same since you have to rearrange them. Akiha has grown in more ways than one. As her brother, it's a little terrifying.
兄さん、ぼーっとしたお顔をされていますが、何か。
ああ、いや、感心したというか、感動したというか、本当に当主として認められたんだな。
当たり前です。
Because I am.
そうでなければ兄さんを呼び戻せないでしょう。話を戻します。
You can tell that there are some like conflicts because like she went through so many hurdles to bring Shiki back, but like so like honestly it wouldn't really be worth it just to bring someone back to use them as an asset unless you really think they're valuable. But she's like, even a defect will have its uses, blah blah. You can tell that it's actually something else. I think, you know, she probably just wants her brother back home, but she can't express it properly.
兄さんには今日からここで暮らしていただきますが、ここにはここの規律があります。今までのような無作法は避けていただきますから、そのつもりで。
Alright, so what are the rules?
そりゃ無理だよ、アキハ。今さら俺がお行儀いい人間に戻れるわけないし。戻ろうって気もないんだから。
I'm too normal.
いえ、何があろうと戻っていただきます。
You don't have a choice.
子供じゃあるまいし、試す前から泣き言は結構です。それとも、私にできたことが兄さんにはできないとおっしゃるのですか？
Damn, she is like, she's really going hard on him. Understandable though. Looking at Akiha's appearance, I feel like she looks like a gender bent version of like the male protagonist of FGO, who is also just a gender bent version of Tosaka Rin. So if you think about it, she's just like it's like Rin with a different hair design. You can totally see that, right? Akiha shoots a frigid glare in my direction. It pierces through me like an icicle. Ugh! I keep making these sounds before they actually start saying them. There's no doubt about it. 7 years worth of resentment is finally being blasted my way now.
わかった。できるだけ努力はしてみる。
努力はする。ですか。都合のいい返答ですね。
I'll do what I can.
努
Get
力
off
を
my
すれ
case.
ば誰であれ報われるとでも。私が求めているのは結果だけですので、そのつもりで。
Alright, be ready for disappointment just like your daddy was. Our daddy. I'm unable to form any kind of response in the face of her ruthless assault.
いいです。兄さんは今まで自由気ままに暮らしていたんですから、すぐに生活を正せとは言いません。
Hold on. She said we have to at least keep you in the house until adulthood. I forgot when adulthood is for Japanese citizens. In the States, it's 18. I don't remember if the Japanese adulthood is also 18 or 20. Because I know 20 is the Japanese age of drinking. Also, if I recall, the age of consent is also much lower. I have no idea what adulthood is in Japan. I think the age of consent is also much lower in Japan, but like with conditions. So yeah, I have no idea. I got nothing. How long are we supposed to stay
最
here?
短で1週間、最長で1ヶ月の猶予を差し上げますので、どうぞ死ぬ気で努力してください。
That's not too. I mean, I think it's fair, but it's also like it's kind of hard to change old habits that quickly. I don't think I'll be getting any more time after that. This must be how Akiha makes compromises.
ですね。そこまで無茶な話ではありませんから。
I love this. It's like, you gotta listen to me.
現在、屋敷には兄さんと私しか住んでいません。
Two people, giant mansion, just like Witch on the Holy Night.
うるさ型の親戚筋がいては、兄さんも落ち着けないでしょうし、私も煩わしいので、 人払いは済ませました。
Damn, all these people are like trying to kiss ass to live in this bomb ass mansion, and she was like, nope, GTFO, my mansion, my place, get out. Wait a second, had them leave, then
お前、屋敷に居候してる親戚全員追い出したのか。
ええ、どうぞお気になさらず。
just you and me.
家と財産を失いながら何の努力もせずお父様の温情にすがっていただけの方々です。遅かれ早かれ屋敷から出て行ってもらう予定でした。
Damn, she's really doing stuff different than Makihisa.
あ、使用人たちも大部分に暇を出しましたが、私と兄さん付きのものは残しましたので問題はありません。
Okay, Tohno family mass layoff as well.
いや、問題ないってありすぎるだろ。そんな勝手をしまくったら次の親戚会議でやり玉にあげられるぞ。
もうつべこべ言わないでください。
I am the king, the queen. No one can do anything against me in this family.
兄さんだって屋敷の中に人が溢れ返っているより私たちしかいない方が気持ちは楽でしょ。
Yeah, there are a lot of contradictory things about the things she's saying. Like, she brought us back because it's like family obligation, you have to serve your family, but all this other people she's kicking out because, you know, it's kind of the opposite. She's like, they're parasites, they're leeching off us, but technically we would be too if we came back home. These are really contradictory. I think she's just trying to make it more comfortable for Shiki. Huh. She's definitely right about that.
いや、でもだな。本当にそれでいいのか。親父だって親戚の意見には逆らわなかったのに、そんな暴君みたいなわがままを通しちまって。
そうですね。だからお父様は兄さんを有馬の家に預けたんです。けれど私、子供の頃からあの人たちが大嫌いでしたから。これ以上どうでもいい彼らの小言を聞くのはごめんです。
Yeah, our daddy got bullied. He was weak. I will not be like him.
ごめんですって、アキハ。
ああ、もういいから私なんかの心配は結構です。そんなことより兄さんはこれからのご自分の生活を案じてください。いろいろ大変なことになるって目に見えているんだから。
Akiha says this curtly, forcing the conversation in another direction.
状況はご理解いただけたとは思いますが、兄さんはまだ有馬での暮らしが抜けきれていない様子。ま、それもいいでしょう。そのための使用人です。
This is all for you.
わからないことがあったらこの子に言いつけて。翡翠。
Yep, that is the name of the other one. Akiha, without turning, calls a girl waiting at the back of the room. So the two maids are called Kohaku and Hisui. The girl named Hisui takes a step forward and gives a bow. Yeah, so, let's see. There are two maids, and I'm gonna be completely honest, when I was reading the manga, I could not tell the difference between the two. Also due to the fact that, like, what's the right word? You know, manga's black and white. So I don't know if they actually have any, like, design differences. I'm sure they do. Actually, come to think of it, Kohaku had a blue ribbon, while she has like a white hairpiece, so that might be part of it. Kohaku, I believe, I don't remember her eye color actually, but I wouldn't be able to compare it with Hisui because she has her eyes closed. But I'll just say this right now, though it's technically a spoiler for Red Garden, but like a very, very minor one. In the original Tsukihime visual novel, there were 5 routes, as I've mentioned before. I'll just say which all the routes are supposed to be. I know it's a little bit of spoiler, but if you don't want to hear it, skip ahead a few seconds or something. But there are 5 routes which belong to 1, a character which is like the quote-unquote main route that we haven't seen yet. 2, CL's route. 3, Akiha's route. 4, Kohaku's route. And 5, Hisui's route. And when I found out about this, I was surprised, thinking, wow, they have a route for each of the maids? Are they that important? I had no idea, but yeah, it seems like they're pretty damn important. So that is something to consider for the eventual sequel, which will cover Akiha and the two maids' route. But yeah, So I looked up how long this game came out when I decided to write the synopsis for like the first episode, and it seems like this game came out in 2021 and there has been like zero news about the sequel, which is supposed to be The Red Garden. I want to know more. Oh man, but like, yeah, that is something to consider. I forgot to read the last line. Okay, Akiha turned without Akiha, without turning, calls a girl waiting at the back of the room. The girl's name is Hisui. The girl named Hisui takes a step forward and gives a bow. It's polite and, though emotionless, bow, like servitude made manifest. Okay, her eye color is also like this different shade of blue. I thought Hisui's I thought Kohaku's eyes were like amber or something close to yellow. Maybe I'm remembering wrong. I'll have to remember it starting now.
これから兄さん付きの次女にしますが、よろしいですね。
Oh, so Hisui will be our personal attendant while Kohaku is, I guess Akiha's? So she's another one of the housekeepers. Wait, what?
次女ってつまりその。
わかりやすく言うと、召使いということです。
I don't believe it. Both Akiha and the girl look like nothing out of the ordinary has been said.
ちょっと待ってくれ。
I
召
own
使いとか
you.
大げさすぎないか。自分のことぐらい自分で面倒を見れるっていうか。
食事の支度や洗濯もですか？
Just like a normal person. Ahika's sure on point.
ともかく、この屋敷に戻ってきた以上、私の指示には従ってもらいます。
You will be taken care of, whether you like it or not. And I don't mean killing you, I mean, like, pampering you.
有馬の家ではどう暮らしていたかは知りませんが、これからの兄さんは、遠野家で暮らす、遠野家の長男なんです。相応の待遇は、義務として受け入れてください。
My gaze wanders over the girl clad in the maid attire. Hisui shows little emotion on her face. She looks like a doll as she returns my gaze. So, okay, Hisui seems kind of, for lack of better words, relatively emotionless from what we saw, while Kohaku was like, I guess bantering to us a little bit. She was smiling, she's like, oh, don't mess with me, please. But I guess their personalities are also very different despite clearly being related to each other.
それじゃあ翡翠、兄さんを部屋に案内してあげて。
I mean, blood relations or like sibling relationships don't really matter in terms of personality, as you can tell with the other two siblings in the room.
この人は右も左もわからない子猫と変わらないようですから。この広い屋敷でいきなり迷子にならないようにね。
Joke's on you, I probably would have gotten lost already.
かしこまりました、秋葉様。
Hisui bows to Akiha and walks towards me quietly. She looks towards me, but her gaze is fixed in a way that ensures our eyes don't meet. Her steps are measured, but far from slow. I can tell that she's done this for a long time.
あ、それと兄さん、長男といえど、この屋敷では禁止された事柄、立ち入ってはいけない場所があります。
You must never enter this
そ
one
れを
room
犯したりすることのないように。
for plot reasons.
翡翠には兄さんのお守りも命じてありますから、翡翠の進言には
Wait,
できる
protection?
限り耳を傾けてください。
Protection from what? We're in our home. It's supposed to be safe, right? Unless you have traps in our home.
それ、お守りじゃなくて監視役って言わないか。
Yep, you don't get any rights here either.
兄さんが規則正しい生活をしてくだされば、翡翠もそんな役割から解放されます。それではまた、夕食の席で。
Akiha must be busy if she can't spare any more time than this.
お部屋にご案内いたします。四季様。
Hisui moves towards the door, paying my obvious confusion no mind. I sigh as I leave the office. Man, yeah. This is not a great homecoming. We make our way back out of the second floor lobby. The lobby splits the Tohno mansion into two wings. It's like a giant bird in flight, extending its wings far in both directions. Each wing is roughly the size of a small hospital. Oh my god, a small hospital? Jesus! I vaguely recall that the building is symmetrical with the same number of rooms on both sides.
四季様のお部屋はこちらです。
Instead of descending the stairs, Hisui continues along the walkway overlooking the lobby towards the west wing. I guess that means my room is on the second floor of the west wing. Man. So I grew up in a household where we were really cramped and you didn't have much personal space. And this is the complete opposite, where it's man, each person has freaking 15 rooms. They have their own side of this giant mansion, which fit several families in before. Jesus. The sun has already set outside. Wait, hold up. Aki had never told us which rooms we can't go in. She said there are some rooms you can't go in, but she didn't say which ones. So what if we accidentally walk into one of them? Blue carpet lines the hallways, extending in either direction. The uniform white walls bring a castle to mind. The maid walks down the hall lit by warm orange lights.
なんかおとぎの国みたいだ。
No filter between brain and mouth here.
四季様、何かご質問でも。
いや、ただの独り言だから気にしないでくれ。
Hisui gives a slight bow after glancing at me and continues walking again. Dude, I'm tired. We've walked for 5 miles. Where's my room? Oh, look at this. It's definitely got the basic necessities, but yeah, it's very basic once again, but it's very, very high class. I don't know what to say. And that's not the first time since returning to the mansion. Floor is made with expensive teak wood. A ceiling that must be at least 3 meters high. Jeez, that's almost 10 feet. That's 9 point something. I think I can see a sunroom further down the hall. The room Hisui shows me isn't anywhere you'd expect a high schooler to live.
俺の部屋ってここ。
How tall is a ceiling usually? I do think 3 meters is quite high though.
はい。ご不満がおありのようでしたら、違うお部屋をご用意させていただきますが。
いや、不満なんてあるわけないけど、その。
It's way too fancy for me.
四季様。
いいんだ。なんでもない。
Dude, you even have books here. What kind of books are they? Is this the Bible, the 15th version?
喜んでこの部屋を使わせてもらうよ。
はい。お部屋は7年前から手を加えていませんので、不
Damn!
自由はないと思い
In
ます。
7 years, nothing's changed? Wait, this means that Shiki grew up in a room that was as kind of boring as this? Huh. Does that mean...
ちょっといいかな。ここ、7年前は俺の部屋だったとか。
そう伺っておりますが、違うのですか？
Hisui tilts her head slightly. I feel a little better. Yeah, if you think about it, before they were mentioning how so many families vie to stay in this mansion because it's so luxurious. It's like a 7-star hotel or something, whatever. But the fact that he still has his room and it has been unchanged since he left, it means that someone cared enough to not get rid of his room or not change it. Someone cares enough about him to essentially try to maintain a spot where he can return home. So she isn't completely devoid of emotion.
まあ、言われてみれば確かに。少しは覚えがあるし、きっとそうだったんだろう。
Yeah. She loves you, you just don't know it yet. This doesn't feel like my room at all, but I guess that's what happens when you've been gone for 7 years.
けど、やっぱり落ち着かないな。今朝まで4畳半の部屋で暮らしてたからさ、高級ホテルに泊まりに来たみたいだ。
お気持ちはわかりますが、どうかお慣れください。四季様は今日から遠野家のご長男なのですから。
まあ、そうだね。せめて外見ぐらいは笑われないように頑張ってみるよ。
I set my bag on the desk and stretch. Alright. Still a little bit overwhelmed by everything, but I don't have much choice other than to just get used to it. At the very least, I need to be comfortable enough to relax in my own space.
それと昨夜のうちに届いたお荷物は全て運び込みましたが。
いや別にないけど。あ、なんか持ち込んじゃいけないものでもあったとか。
Let's see. Opens luggage. It seems like everything. She just chucks it out the window.
いえ、お荷物が少なすぎるようですから。
Oh. He didn't have much to bring over to this house. That means he... Huh. Does that mean he's not as close to the Arima family as I thought he might be? Because you'd think that, like, you'd have a lot of mementos to bring with you back home about the good memories you shared there, but if it's not that much, it means that maybe he was actually still a little detached?
必要なものがあればご用意いたしますので、どうかお聞かせください。
そっか。いや、とりあえず足りないものはないよ。もともと荷物は少ないんだ。自分の荷物って言ったら、そのカバンとこのメガネと。
Where are my glasses? I don't see them. Excuse me, Shiki. They're on your face. Ah, yeah, thank you. The only thing in my bag are my textbooks and a white ribbon I kept for a long time. White ribbon. Is that gonna be relevant?
ともかく荷物のことは気にしないでいい。こんな立派な部屋だけで十分だ。
かしこまりました。では、1時間後にお呼びに参ります。
That will be dinner time.
1時間後ってもしかして夕食？
はい。それまで、どうぞおくつろぎください。
Are they gonna eat together with Akiha? Hisui says, devoid of emotions, as seems to be her usual. But now my problem is how to kill... I thought it said how to kill her. Jesus Christ. Oh man, I knew he had the death perception eyes, but that's going a little bit far. But now how to kill an hour? I don't know how I can, see the scribbles on some intangible objects. Or just concepts, not even objects. Can Shiki cut time? Is that gonna be like some weird Nasuverse bullshit power thing that's gonna happen? Can he cut time? Aoko did say that, like, having his eyes are, like, in a way seeing the future, because those are the lines that cause death, and death is the end. It's just past 6. If it were yesterday, I would just play with my phone or watch some TV in the living room, but I can't see the mansion having a place for people to get together or wind down.
翡翠、つまらないことを聞くけどさ、この屋敷にテレビとか通信回線とかあるの？
テレビと通信回線。
The heck is internet? Hisui narrows her eyes ever so slightly. Even asking the question gives me a headache. Asking her about modern luxuries in a decadent old-fashioned mansion like this seems wrong.
今にはありません。西館には娯楽室がありますが、こちらは鍵がかけられています。
The recreation room is locked?
先日まで逗留なされていた皆様は私物を持ち込まれていましたが、出立される時に荷物はお持ち帰りいただきましたので、残ってはいないと思います。
Does she think the internet is like a physical object?
アキハが追い出した親戚筋か。逗留って誰がどのくらいしてたんだ？
There was this one dude who had like a lot of bandages all in black. He was really upset that we kicked him out. But he was the last one to go, I think.
久我峰様のご長男とそのご家族の皆様が1階西館の3部屋を、
Kugamine, okay?
東崎様のご三女とその婚約者の方が
Tozaki,
2階
okay.
西館の角部屋を、
Tozaki and her fiance.
木島様のご長男が1階東館の1部屋を、
Kishima.
皆様3年ほどお過ごしになられました。
Damn. I wonder how big the Kugamine and his family are, because they stayed in one room. But like, one room for a family that's more than 3 seems a little bit cramped, I think. Unless it's a giant ass room. Even for 3 people, a room is a little bit cramped.
あとは確か先代である牧久様の主治医様が屋敷に逗留されていたと聞いています。
Oh wait, everything I said also applies to the Kishima family, dude. I didn't realize it said his family. While the Tozaki one was just her and her fiance.
3年もか。なあ翡翠、そういうのって逗留って言うんじゃなくて居候って言うんじゃないか？
Those are rookie numbers. I'm still staying here after like 10 years. Isui doesn't answer. Her position as a housemaid must prevent her from voicing her personal opinions about the guests. Regardless, if they've taken all their belongings with them, I can't expect to find anything I can use. Makihisa hated any kind of modern convenience, so I can't imagine he would have allowed them access to the internet or a TV. Akiha must have taken after our father. Oh, no internet. Okay, maybe you, but I will. Oh man, no, give me internet, please. I just need Wi-Fi and then I can live. But I will say one thing about this game. So when I was looking up the description for the remake, I did confirm the time period. So it seems like the original game, Tsukihime, took place, I don't actually remember, I think it was in the 90s, late 90s or early 2000s. But this remake actually takes place around mid-2010s, I believe. And they have updated certain things with like modern technology. So the stuff he's talking about, internet and like TV, I mean TVs were available for a while, but internet wasn't really too readily available at that time. I mean, I guess it was, but it wasn't as readily available as it is today. But it would make sense for like households not to have them. But I think at this point we're actually in like the 2014s-ish, give or take. I say teens, but like, you know, there's only 1 year that's 2014. But in addition to that, apparently the original city that the city was supposed to be was Misaki City, which is, I believe, the same city in Witch on the Holy Night. But for this one, they end up changing it to Soya, which is a fictional area. I think they're both fictional, actually. I'm not sure. I'm not too familiar with Japanese topography or like Japanese cities. But yeah, that is something to consider. They changed the setting of it. I guess maybe kept the setting but changed the name. If nothing else, I still have my phone. I take it out of my pocket and check the time. It's silly to think that I was actually worried I might not get service here. It may not be much, but I'm relieved to have at least some way of connecting to the internet. Okay, yeah, back in the day, you wouldn't be able to do that, you'd just have service. I expected to be stuck without one, considering how out of world this place is. Wait a second, now I think about it, Witch on the Holy Night is basically confirmed to take place in the 80s, I think. 80s or 90s. So that means that, like, because they retconned the year for this game, and so 7 years ago would have been like 2007. So that means when Shiki met Aoko, she was probably in her 30s, potentially even like in her, not probably the 30s, like late 30s though, if I'm doing my math right. I am not sure. And that would also mean that by now she's probably in her 40s. Meanwhile, Hisui is silent. I don't know if it's just her trying to be professional, but Hisui doesn't speak unless it's necessary or if she's asked something. Not being used to having a personal attendant, it's very unnerving. I'll gotta try to make her smile somehow, but it's not gonna be easy.
確か1階の西館の方に書庫があったっけ。暇な時はそこから何か見繕うことにするよ。
Hisui doesn't respond. She's looking into my direction, but her eyes are fixed on the empty space next to me, rather like a cat.
Hisui?
Hisui says nothing until she suddenly returns her gaze to me.
姉さんの部屋にならあると思います。
Oh, she was trying to remember something.
は?
I blurted out without meaning to. Could she mean?
ですからテレビです。
Oh, okay. This entire time she was like going through her mind, it's like, where have I seen a television? I know in Carnival Phantasm they have a television.
以前姉さんの部屋で見かけた記憶がありますから。
Hisui says like she's recalling a memory from long ago.
よかった。ここでもそれぐらいはあるんだ。って、ちょっと待って。姉さんってもしかして琥珀さんのこと？
はい。現在このお屋敷で働かせていただいているものは私と姉さんの二人きりです。
Now that I think about it, they do look a lot alike. Hisui is so different from her cheery sister, I didn't even consider that they might be related.
そっか。あの人なら確かにバラエティ番組を見てそうなキャラクターだ。
I stopped short of asking to use it, as I feel too embarrassed to go inside her room.
ごめん。この話はなかったことにしてくれ。これからここで暮らすんだから、屋敷のルールには従わなくっちゃいけないしね。
I still don't know the rules. You know the rules. I don't think Akiha would ever let me live it down if I spent my first night back lounging in front of the TV. I'll act the perfect little student, someone worthy of the Tohno name.
夕食まで部屋にいるから、時間になったら呼びに来てくれ。翡翠だって他にやることはあるだろ。
Hisui nods affirmatively and puts her hand on the doorknob. The door opens with a faint squeak. Goodbye, Hisui. Oh, finally some privacy. Hisui leaves the room after a small bow. What are we gonna do? How are we gonna stab this hour to death? So are we actually gonna see the dinner? I guess we are. Damn! What the heck? Everything so luxurious. I dine with Akiha. Both Kohaku and Hisui are completely devoted to serving the two of us. Devoted. Servants aren't allowed to dine at the same table as their masters. It goes without saying, but having grown up with the Arimas, the setup makes me uncomfortable. I wonder where they're seated. Akiha definitely at the head, but like, where's Shiki? Is he at the other head where the... I don't know. You wouldn't be able to see each other properly because of the potted plants there. I've also completely forgotten about the table manners. Humans have evolved the ability to remove useless pieces of information from their minds, which means any memories I had of table etiquette are long gone. Every movement I make elicits a raised eyebrow from Akiha. It's nerve-wracking, but it does spice up our mealtime. To be honest, the idea that I'll be doing this every day from now on is disheartening. She's like, man, this guy can't learn. Look at this savage. Dinner ends in silence. I was so desperate to remember my table manners, I wasn't able to come up with any small talk. Akiha seems displeased the entire time. Oh man, she's like, I don't even want to talk to you, man. Just get your ass up by the end of the week, at the latest end of the month. Hisui and Kohaku have just finished taking away our plates when the reckoning comes.
やはり徹底的な再教育が必要なようですね。
Uh-oh, re-education. You never want to hear that word. She says, plainly. The cold, cruel comment reverberates around the dining room.
誰にどのような
Yeah, not me, right? Man, I didn't know that you had no manners, Kohaku.
兄さんにふさわしい心構えをです。
I knew it. So that's what she was thinking about while raising her eyebrows at me.
その具体的には
まずは生活習慣の改善。夜間の外出は当然禁止です。門限は8時とします。
Oh, a curfew at 8 p.m.? I mean, to be fair, in high school, I feel like that would be normal. Though I think I don't really know much about Japanese high school. I don't know what time their clubs go until, but it can't be like before sundown, right?
どのような理由であれ、外出の時は私か琥珀、翡翠の許可を取るように。
I will say, it is very weird to get a curfew from someone who's younger. Whoops. Huh? An 8 p.m. curfew? How old does she think I am? More importantly, I need permission just to leave?
待て、それは
休日の学習スケジュールはこちらで立てておきます。
No, my weekends, no, my freedom. I know I didn't have any here, but no.
報告によると、兄さんの成績は中の中だそうですね。まったく。相変わらず効率よく手を抜くのだけは得意なようで。
Look at this disappointed face, like,
とんでもない。俺はいつだって全力だ。
ですが、この屋敷にいる間は本気を出していただきますから、そのつもりで。
Damn, look at this smug-ass smile, too.
兄さんはやればできる人なんですから、お体のことを考慮しても、学年3位以内は当然でしょ？
My sister is painfully overestimating me. And it's scary how much she knows about my grades.
他の習い事はもう少し落ち着いてからにしましょうか。それでは兄さん、本題のあれを出してください。
Can you please explain to me what?
はい？
Hi? What does she mean by it?
あれといえばあれです。あるでしょ。兄さんのズボンにも若者の象徴のような汚らわしいあれが。
I was gonna say, do you want to rephrase that? But clearly, you know what? I'm just gonna keep going.
それを隠さずに出しなさいと言っているのです。
いや、ますますわからない。
Hold on, what the hell are you saying?
これが上流階級のすることか。一般市民を何だと思ってるんだ、お前は。
ですから、携帯端末を出してください。
Oh man, that was you really had to phrase it that way. Come on.
兄さんだって持っているんでしょ？
なるほど。
なるほど. Sorry, that immediate なるほど was kind of funny. I take out my phone and from my back pocket. As soon as I place it on the table, Hisui wordlessly takes the phone and gives it to Akiha.
これは没収します。当家で
No!
はこの手の電子機器は禁止です。
What do you
健全な
mean?
学生には不要なものですから。電話ならロビーの備え付けのものを使うように。調べ物がしたいのでしたら、図書室をどうぞ。
This freaking sucks. Akiha cuts our one-sided conversation short and leaves the dining room. I find myself stunned into silence for the nth time today. I was never super attached to my phone. I mostly use it for texting and to check the news when I had some free time. Though, like most people, I consider it a basic necessity. It's another reminder of how strict the Tohno household really is. I mean, banning phones in this day and age? Yes, because it is much later. Not 2000. Oh man, this place, it's kind of suffocating, as you'd probably expect. Alright, back to my room, I believe. I return to my room now that dinner is finished. It's just past 9:30 p.m. I spent about 2 hours in the dining room in the end.
お帰りなさいませ、四季様。ご指示はありませんでしたが、
Thank
就
you.
寝の支度をさせていただきました。
Alright, here's the plan. Can you do my homework for me? Since you're supposed to take care of my every need. Hisui greets me as soon as I enter my bed. I don't mean that in a different way, just my homework, please. I see my bed waiting for me, neatly made. She was a step ahead of me, so it seems.
ありがとう。
寝巻きはそちらのものをお使いください。
What kind of pajamas?
着ていらしたお洋服はそちらのカゴに入れ、廊下に出しておいてくだされば助かります。
You know, I expected that to be a little bit longer because this dialogue is pretty long, but no. A wicker basket is placed at the foot of the bed. I assume if I put my dirty clothes in here and place it in the hallway, then Hisui will clean them for me. This is starting to feel even more like some upscale hotel.
何かご質問はございますか？
Hisui stands there, as still as a statue. I have plenty of questions, but dawns on me that I know very little about Hisui Kohaku.
あま
Question
り
time?
関係ない話なんだけど、いいかい？
Choice time?
はい、何でしょう。
翡翠と琥珀さんがここでどんな仕事をしてるのか知りたいんだけど。
Okay, never mind.
私が四季様付きで、姉の琥珀は秋葉お嬢様のお世話をさせていただいております。お二人が留守の間は屋敷の管理を任されていますが、それが何か。
Oh my god. Yeah, so we take care of two things. Either you or Akiha or the mansion. That is our entire lives.
お世話って、やっぱりそういうことか。
My shoulders feel heavy. Akiha explained everything like it went without saying, but I'm just a normal high school student. I don't have much interest in being waited on hand and foot by a girl of my own age.
四季様付きってことは、俺専用の使用人ってこと？
はい。何なりと申し付けてください。
Hisui bows deeply. My chest tightens with guilt.
わかった。秋葉のあの言いぶりじゃ、俺を一人にはしないだろうし。そもそも俺の気持ちの問題で君を解雇させるのは良くはないと思う。ありがたくお世話になるけど。
But, I can do some things myself, please, please.
何か特別なご要望でもあるのですか？
そんな大それたことじゃなくて、その、四季様っていうのはちょっと。
Master.
俺はそんな柄じゃないし、正直に白状すると分不相応すぎて、首根っこをつかまれた気分になる。
ですが、四季様は私の主人です。
そうは言うけど、俺は今日まで普通に生きてきた身なんだ。帰ってきただけなのに、同い年ぐらいの子に様付けで呼ばれる生活とか、ちょっと難しい。
I'll have you know, some people would really like that. Hisui seems I don't know that word. Nonplussed?
俺のことは 遠野さんとか四季さんでいいよ。堅苦しいのはなしにしたいんだ。
And that's where you failed your first surprise pop quiz of formality. No, you must be called master in this household. We'll have to fix that.
こっちも君を翡翠さんって呼ぶからさ。
How about no? Hisui, though otherwise expressionless, lowers her eyebrows and bites her lip. Man! I want to make things easier for her, but it looks like it may have made it the opposite effect.
ですが、あなたは私の雇い主ですから。
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
俺が雇ってるわけじゃないだろ。
失礼ながら、それは同じことです。私どもは遠野家に仕える者。ご当主様もご親族の方も、共に尊ぶべき主であることに変わりはありません。ですので、どうか私のことは、翡翠とだけお呼びください。お仕えする方に継承で呼ばれる使用人の心境を察していただければ幸いです。
Man. Hard to argue against that. Her answer really does fit that of a manor servant.
俺にできないことをやってくれるんだから、ありがたがるのはこっちなんだけど。
Arguing would only serve to trouble her further. I'll refrain from voicing my own opinions on the matter for now, because opinions are not good in this household.
呼び方、翡翠でいいんだね。
はい。何としてもそのように。
Damn, she seems determined about that. Like, yeah! Her please has a bit of punch to it.
わかった。じゃあそのように。でも、俺に対してあんまり堅苦しいのはなしにしてほしい。お姉さんの琥珀さんにもそう伝えてくれるとありがたい。
Next time we see Kohaku, he's like, yo, Shiki-san! It's like, man, she caught on quick.
はい。四季様がそうおっしゃるのなら。
Hisui lowers her head gracefully. Alright, looks like we got a long way to go until we can talk casually. Ooh, alright, well, this is, very different than what I expected. Ooh, Hisui leaves the room after bowing. I think I need to go sleep. The moment I'm alone, a wave of exhaustion crashes over me. A lot has happened today. My body is crying out for some much-needed rest. It's time for the day to change. We didn't do our homework though. Maybe that we did it in that hour. I turned out the lights and lied on the bed. I can tell that I'll sleep like a rock. I try to fight against the sleep creeping in. I'm somehow able to keep my eyes open, but it's a losing battle. No matter how hard I fight, I fall deeper. That's just how the human body is built. It's built different. The ceiling. With that one light. I stare at the ceiling, still in the space between the consciousness and sleep. Back after 7 years, seeing family again, it still feels like someone else's house.
でも、帰ってきたんだろ。
I say, trying to accept everything. My consciousness slips away as I sink into a deep slumber. A mansion on a high hill, far away from the bustling of the town, just like in Witch on the Holy Night. Like an island surrounded by the sea of trees. I come to the conclusion that the instant my eyes close, it's like a prison. Alright, I think that's where day 1 of Homecoming is over. And now I'm assuming we're gonna see day 2. Come on. Nope, never mind. Oh god. Whoa, we have red. I wake suddenly. Nobody woke me up, nor did I hear a sound. It just happened, seemingly for no reason. We had some red vision. I wonder how long it's been since I woke up in the middle of the night. The door. I get up, feeling like I've forgotten something. Are we gonna go to the room that should not be visited ever? A shiver of unease creeps over me as I exit my room. I start down the hallway in search of a glass of water to slake my thirst. Uh-oh. It's kind of creepy. The long moonlit hallway lies before me. The night is totally silent. This all feels so familiar. I must have done exactly this when I was younger. I find myself wandering to the stairs aimlessly, yet not. Uh-oh. I'm ready for a jump scare. or something horrifying. There, a hidden section of the mansion. Stairs connect not only the first and second floors, but also to the attic by the way of a secret passage. Here we have basically an attic with a bunch of storage, like antiques. So we have couches, grandfather clock, some other stuff. There's clearly like some kind of duffel bag, suitcase, not suitcase, but bag in front of that chair over there, and a desk with some papers. It seems even the people living here have long forgotten this place. The room, once used for storage, shows no trace of anyone having used it in years. Despite being midway through October, it's unseasonably cold tonight. I rummage through the room, hoping to find a blanket. An old cabinet catches my eyes. I open the drawer. Uh-oh. So, like, it's kind of interesting because this really does show the history of this house. It shows how I guess, I don't want to say free, but like how much Shiki has explored this house. This is a secret passage, and even after like, what, 7 years, he still knows it instinctively. Damn. I was looking at the chair, and there's that hole in the chair that I thought it was the sign of a moon, but no, it's just a hole, and that's the shadow. I was like, it's a moon, the Tsukihime. I find some odds and ends, but little of note. There's nothing worthwhile in the drawers. Even the giant chest I open has only a few scattered stones inside. A badge, a few trinkets, a pair of binoculars. All things a child might collect. Among them, a single thing stands out, different from everything else. Stained bandages, sealed in a clear plastic case. Stained bandages? Like stained in blood? There is a magnet to the side, scissors, car, but bandages. What's so special about that? And if you look at it like upside down, which I think you're supposed to, that the thing that's written on the label is a 2. They're rolled up neatly, but so old that they could never be used. There's nothing here. I shut the drawer and started back to my room. What the heck was that? He's crying. Shiki's crying. But why? Upon exiting the room, I realize my cheeks are wet. I wonder, could I have used this place when I was a child? Oh, that's why he kind of remembers a little bit, but not completely. And his body instinctively came back to that one spot. Wow. That is pretty interesting. And I don't know what the significance behind the bandages are. And I wonder if that's gonna be relevant. Because I know that in Witch on the Holy Night, someone has bandages and it's also very significant, even though it's never technically fully explained. I wonder if it's gonna be a similar concept. I'll save my progress. Alright, yes, now we are on day 2. A day that was not. The intrigue. We're getting on to the next chapter. Oh boy, alright. I know we just started, but like I'm gonna end it there. Oh man, that was a really shitty homecoming. I can understand why Shiki doesn't want to come home. This place sucks. His sister that used to be so cute and followed him, so different. I mean, I've already kind of spoiled it a little bit, but like Akiha, she's I don't know if she's putting up a front, but she does actually seem to care for Shiki, and she might be like kind of cold or comes off in a way that's very aggressive. Not like super aggressive, but like a little bit condescending, and like honestly just cold is the best word to phrase it. But from what I remember, she's actually a very caring sister. She actually cares for Shiki a lot, and she just wants him back home. But because of all the baggage that came with being the head of the Tohno family, she can't really behave like she used to be as like a little girl to her big brother. So yeah, it's like she said, it's been 7 years, things have changed. She might want her brother back, but like it's not gonna be the same. And that's kind of sad. But yeah, there's also Kohaku and Hisui. I need to look back. I'm pretty sure Kohaku had like amber eyes or like gold or yellow, while Hisui had like, I think it was blue eyes. I think that was it. I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to look back. But yeah, I guess in that case, definitely we'll be able to tell the twins apart. They also dress differently and have different personalities. So at the very least, there's that. But I think I said this for like other series as well. But usually when there are twins in some kind of setting, there's always going to be like a moment where they swap. And I wonder if that's going to be relevant here. They always do that in mystery novels and or like, actually yeah, just mystery novels and just things that involve like any kind of drama. And well, I don't know what the genres for this game is, but I'm pretty sure mystery is one of them. So I wonder if that will happen, like a scene where it's going to be important that they're twins and they're going to swap. But anyways, we'll continue with the second day tomorrow. I hope the game hasn't been too slow on y'all. I'm really enjoying it because kind of like reliving a lot of these like early VN days or where things are a little bit slow, but like I'm getting really intrigued. I think it's very interesting because I know what's to come. It might be a little bit slow, but like because they're going into so much detail that I didn't realize before, I'm really enjoying it. But like I said before, we'll tackle day 2 next time. And until then, I will be seeing you. See ya!